In today's video, we are going to look at the sales order inquiry tool within the Profile ERP software system. The sales order inquiry tool is used to track specific stock items that have been ordered from your supplier for a specific customer order. So what happens is a customer comes into your business, they order something that you don't have in stock, and you say to them, I can get that from the supplier. It'll take X amount of time. Leave it with me. So you raise a sales order. You may take a deposit on that sales order. And then you have a number of options for how you link that to a supplier purchase order. But once you've that done, you can track it from end to end in the system. The benefit of this being that the person who took the sales order is not going to be the same person who maybe raises the purchase order and may not be the same person who receives the goods in at the back door. So those jobs are all segregated. And to make a software system work better for your business, you need to have some management tools such as this. So instead of going through the whole process of raising a sales order, because we have other videos that show how these things are done, I'm going to go into the sales order inquiry tool. This is just a selection screen. I'm going to look at the last 6 months, click search in the top left, and this is the data that I'm presented with on the screen. So on the left-hand column here, it gives you the status of each item on a sales order. And then we can see the date of the sales order reference, the account that the sale was done on, the stock description, the quantity, and so on and so forth. We also have a traffic light system that shows the status of each order. So if we look down here to the line that my cursor is on, we can see that the Allen Group bought a bottle of River Rock water, and that was on the 13th of April. That was linked to a purchase order number 216, and the line has been filled, which means the purchase that those goods have been receipted in at the back door, and that has been recorded on the system. Once that's recorded on the system, the sales order, because it's linked to the purchase order, knows this, and we can see that that line has been filled. So if I want to invoice out that line, I simply just click on the item. I can see now when I click on it, it opens up the sales order, and it shows me here that the items were ordered at different times from different people. But I can click on subtotal, and I can invoice out the water, given the fact that that's come in. If I want to invoice it out, now there's other items on that order that have not yet come in, so it's up to yourself whether you do or don't want to do it, do or don't want to invoice it to the customer. But in this instance, we will invoice this to the customer. So we click create invoice, and because we're not taking all the items from the sales order and invoicing them right now, we're just going to part invoice. So we click on part match, and in here we can click on the River Rock water and just click save at the bottom, and that is going to create an invoice for that customer account. So there's the invoice created. We can print that off, or we can email it to the customer, or whatever we need to do. I'm going to click no print, and now we can see that that's gone off the screen. So what do the other colors on the screen mean? The yellow one is just the line that you're highlighted on. If I click on another line, it's going to open up the order. But if I close back out of it there or delay it, you'll see that whatever line you've clicked on just happens to highlight yellow. If a line has no links, which means the sales order is just resting on the system and not linked to any sort of a purchase order or a suggested order list, then it's just going to say no links, and it's not going to be highlighted any color. It will be very common in businesses to raise sales orders and then print a picking list and go and pick it from their warehouse or their yard. The pink lines are lines that are on a purchase order, and it tells you on the left-hand side here in the status, the current status column, that it's been ordered. The green lines are purchase orders that have now come in. They've been filled. So those items are there ready for the customer to take away. But if I look here on the awesome steel car that is for Ali Potts and Turner, I can see that that was on sales order 6154. And even though there are some steel carriers come in, they have another item that they're waiting on to come in. So they're waiting on a 16 gigabyte of DDR4 RAM. So maybe you want to wait until everything has been fulfilled before you invoice the customer. Um, Down below that, we can see that we have a kind of a brown or orange line, and that says that it's not ordered. However, it's still highlighted a certain color. What that tells us is that it's been added to a suggested order list, along with some other items that can be put onto a purchase order. And it would be common in a business to use a mix of those. So that basically concludes the video for today, and hope you found that useful. Thank you very much.